Hello, everybody. Welcome into Sunday night, August 4th, 2024. Ken Style Live with the Zoom Homies. The Zoom Homies with Ken Style Live. Tonight we have William, Greg, Rich, Jeff Ryman, Sam, Jeff Pearl, maybe, Chris Garrett, and Darren Gilholm. Hello, everyone, and the two Jeffs.
Hello.
Hello.
We'll verify audio here real quick. Yeah, we have audio. So tonight I had to refresh both Firefox's browser, even though I had just started it up, as well as Opera for the stream to start. I don't know what's going on with that. I am going to force myself tomorrow night to try Brave, and I'm going to give it a shot on Google just to see if it starts up instantly or not instead of this delayed stuff. I don't understand that at all. And I might think about clearing out the cache on both the browsers. That probably wouldn't hurt either. So, but I did get started right around 10 o'clock, 10:01, something like that. And Jeff Pearl is gone for the first time tonight. Tony Wallow was first, Sam was second, Rick Lakes was third. Rick Lakes says he's not going to be on Zoom later on because he's out gallivanting around and visiting friends, and that's fine. Greg Guy was fourth.
Tony Wallow said normal.
Tony, thank you. Tony is saying that the audio is normal. According to the mixers, it should be. And that's going to be Jeff Pearl. I don't think... Yep, Jeff Pearl is back. Hopefully he doesn't bounce out too many more times due to the Zoom issues that he's having.
Yeah.
A little shocked I don't see Ghetto and I don't see Alex tonight.
Definitely fix this.
All right, I think Tony's got his letters backwards. I think it's ZH, not HZ. I think. And see how that works. And then he just said normal. Oh, wait. Oh, you retracted the message. Okay, that's why. There is a new SpeakerBot command. I did put it in the description. I tested out earlier in the day. That doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work tonight. You know how that can go, actually. I struggled with that. I got it working, but man, did that take some time to figure out. Tell you what, just little things you miss, just very little things you miss. Tony Wallow, Rick Lakes is saying he'll be out looking for your envelope for your SSD tomorrow. First stop in the morning, it will be the post office. And my first stop in the morning is going to be the bed. There we go. Someone got it right. That's actually a 15-second clip that only plays for about 5 seconds. I didn't think we'd want a 15-second SpeakerBot function. That would just be a little bit long. Yes, that was the same thing as the trailer, and the trailer did not upload.
Tony Wallow said Wonka Wonka
Work
Wonka
as a trailer. So things are moving right along on that. That was made using a new plugin that I discovered today called Reactor. I did go ahead and download it. And after I had downloaded it, the gentleman I reached out to got back to me, and by then I had already figured out how to get it onto the system. Just a couple little weird hinky steps that you got to follow, that you have to actually go into DaVinci and
John Williams said hey
set it
Ken.
all up, and it was just kind of crazy. Hello, John. John Williams joins us over in chat. Good to see John. Kind of been a lazy, didn't get much done. Watched a couple of videos. I watched a little bit of Copper Out Coins this afternoon, as well as American Trucker's Wife. Watched a little bit of her. There we go. The hammer works. And Tony found the other one too. So there's two of them. There's two emojis that I made. And I don't know. Those are, I believe, locked to members. Let me go look and see. So if I go in here and click on that, no, they are not locked. Those are actually, anyone should be able to put those in. And the reason I say that is because they don't have the lock on them. Cool. Rick picked up another 3 subscribers today. Yeah, I'm sitting solid where I'm at, and I'm okay with that. it'll grow. I'll eventually get to where I want to get to by the end of the year, and that's not that huge of a goal either. My leg itches. I apologize. I got bit by something. Sitting here doing nothing today. Yep, that is working. I'm gonna have to create some more. I like Sam's idea last night of you guys creating those and sending them to me, and then we can go from there. Speaking of you guys, the Zoom homies, doesn't affect YouTube too much because every time a speaker bot command is used, YouTube hears it. I hear it in my ear. You guys do not hear it on Zoom. We had a brief poll earlier this afternoon on this.
John Williams said still cleaning up from the large tree falling last week. Almost done. Wish it were a bit cooler.
I'll bet. Yeah, when I mowed the grass the other day, I wished it was really a lot cooler. Would you guys want to hear the speaker bot commands that come across the YouTube in Zoom? It can be done. Sam has figured out a way to do it, as well as Doug Betts has figured out a way to do it. But I didn't jump on it yet to do it because I wanted to get your feelings on it to see how you guys felt about it, if you wanted to do that or not.
That would be neat, but just that somebody might be talking in it. That's the only thing.
Right, that was kind of one of the discussions that was actually made this afternoon, is that someone would be speaking and the speaker bot would be activated, and if it's a visual speaker bot like this one, no big deal, but if it's a exclamation C or hi Greg or any of the ones that say hi to someone or says something, then yeah, it would be interrupting the person that's talking. So no need to rush out and tell me what you think now. Just by the end of the stream or by the end of the Zoom, let me know. And if it leans toward we want to do it, I'll get with Sam and we'll figure out how to. He's already figured out how to do it. He will instruct me on how to do it, and we'll go from there.
I'll say we just try.
That's not a bad idea. Rick says yes, but the interruptions would be a bit maddening. I would second that. Although we've tailed off quite a bit, just like when Doug started his, it was a new thing and we all abused it. Raise your hand if you're guilty. I'll just raise both of mine because no, I certainly did. But I think it would balance itself out in time.
John Williams said Wonka Wonka Wonka.
There you go. I do need to change that. I ought to put a poll out for what should we change Wonka 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 to. But I haven't done that yet. I do have a lot of notes in front of me and things I need to do. One of the ones was to ask about the Zoom, so that's done. I've got to call the VA in the morning. I've got such a weird VA appointment schedule coming up on the 23rd that they're going to draw blood at 10:30, then they're going to draw blood again at noon, and then I've got to see the doctor at 11, and then they're drawing blood. It's just, I'm going to call
John
them
Williams said ghetto, ghetto, ghetto.
Ghetto Alex Ghetto, or Alex Ghetto Alex. I need to figure the random stuff out, but I think Doug's random is not on spoken things. I think it's more on visual things. So I need to get with him or have him point me to whoever he learned it from and then go from there. Figure that out. Because there are some random things I have in my mind. And we discussed this a little bit last night on the after stream, the Zoom after the stream as well. What else? Heard nothing on the Olympics today. Didn't really watch much TV. Mrs. K was watching her Filipino TV, so I didn't see much else other than that. We are playing golf tomorrow. We intend to play 18 holes. When I say we, I mean Mrs. K and I. We're going to play the front nine twice. That's kind of the plan as of right now. Now, that may change tomorrow. I don't know. I'm trying to track her down a true set of women's clubs instead of renting clubs because they don't have true women's clubs. They just have older men's clubs and some junior for kids, teenagers clubs. Bill, I hear you might have got your case.
Yeah, power supply fits this, leaves just long enough.
So you got the case, the power supply, and the motherboard?
Yeah, I needed the RAM, CPU, and store. I was going to use all the storage drives over.
And I have not changed the picture for the funny music yet. I do need to do that. Maybe I could combine the funny music with the what I call bubbled homies, which is BH. That was not any homage to BH Ringer whatsoever. It's just there's bubbles behind or circles behind or whatever you want to call it. The Zoom homies. Now, when you play that, does the frame move when it's played? I just initiated it, so let's see. Yep, the frame moves. You can see there's two different colors of blue. Now, the 5 seconds might not let you see it. I know it moves, and I knew what to look for because I created it. And I didn't truly create that. I watched someone that created it, and I thought that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. So I did. Jeff made it in. Hello, Jeff. Jeff Ryman, that is. Look, Jeff Pearl disappears and Jeff Ryman shows up. Oh, is that a
yeah, we have an agreement. Had to empty the dryer. Had some kids' clothes I washed.
Yep, we did all that last weekend, and they're still not folded.
I still
About
have a
halfway.
load to do, all my towels and stuff like that.
Right.
My granddaughter had some blue sticky stuff on her hands that she just wiped off on the towels.
Cotton candy.
Don't know what it was.
Excuse me. Been kind of a laid back day today. It's going to be a laid back kind of day tonight as well. I don't plan on being on Zoom very long. I just about canceled at 9:30. I just didn't have the energy, and I thought, no, I'll be all right. So if you were wondering, that's what took so long for me to get going. It literally took me till about 5 of to get everything in place and get it going. Anything new from anybody?
No.
Everybody don't speak at once now, please, please.
I'm using my manners.
Just a tropical storm coming
Hey,
up.
Jeff, you've made it more than 5 minutes. Jeff Pearl, that is.
Yeah.
Just a tropical storm.
Where's our friend from south of the Mississippi?
I have not heard from him all day. Nothing.
Well, it is Sunday, so they might be.
And he's got to get up early, and yep, that's a possibility. Ghetto was here earlier today, and then I don't know.
Tony
when he
Wallow
left.
said subscribe.
There you go. Yeah, I'm holding steady at a military nomenclature for the 45 calibrated, not calibrator, calibrated. Never mind. 1911.
Oh.
it
English.
hasn't
John
fluctuated.
Williams said,
It's
not
stayed.
really. Burned out my chainsaw. Amazon delivering a new one on Tuesday.
Well, you came close to getting it by the end of last month.
Yeah, I actually missed it by about 2 hours, give or take. And then I just kind of exceeded it, which is fine.
Good enough for government work.
Exactly.
토니 왈로우 said, "Hello, Grekai."
Hello, Greg guy. Yeah, that voice is staying pretty much the same. Speaking of Greg, where did he step out to? Probably to get dinner. I was going to say something, I forgot. Oh, the subscriptions. Yeah, they. I think I hit 1914, and then it kind of dropped back down a little bit. But it's the last 3 days it stayed right at 1911, so I probably jinxed myself. But it'll grow eventually. I do think I will hit. There's Greg.
Forgot to plug in my camera. I'm
Oh,
watching
these-
Full Metal Jacket
What are you watching that on?
on TV.
Okay, I walked into that one. Channel, please.
Let me see.
Oh, hold on. Let me find the remote.
Paramount and Showtime.
Oh, okay. I have to go research a movie that I caught as I was taking my meds a while ago. It had Jake Gyllenhaal, or however you say his name, and I believe he was portraying a Marine. I have no idea what the movie was because I caught the end of it. So I have to do some research on that.
That's I just saw that. It's got gosh, is that not Denzel Washington? Oh,
Jarhead.
there
Is
you
it
go.
Jarhead, okay.
It's good. You'll like it. It's good.
I like Jake Gyllenhaal or however you say his name. I think
Yeah,
he's a pretty good
Gyllenhaal.
actor.
Yeah,
Is it
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal, as in
Yeah,
Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Okay. The clock's just blinked for some reason. Oh, they look okay now. I did stop at Walmart this morning. I was the first customer walking through the door right at 6 o'clock. I was like, what? Don't I get some kind of a notification for this? Where's my reward? Kind of like doing
the one
that.
you like or the one you hate?
I went to the one that's between here and her work, which is this one's okay. This one's actually, I can deal with it. I at all costs stay away from the one that's just up the street from us. Just like Burger King. Burger King's 0.2 of a mile away, and I will not go to that Burger King. I will go down to the next little town before I will go to
It's
that
like
one.
the
Now,
Burger King nearest me. I've been there twice. Things were screwed up both times, so I'm done.
yeah, El Polo Loco, same way. I gave them a couple of opportunities, and they messed it up, so I never went back.
I've got a good one of El Pollo Loco.
I think
They-
it all depends on the people that are working that day
It
and
is,
the management.
and I've gone there often enough. I get a lot of coupons in the mail for them.
Right.
In the way that they have it now, after they introduce the self-serve kiosks, you just stick the coupon under and it registers your discount, and you don't have to leave them the coupon.
Huh.
Use it over and over. And I've
You
gone
know-
there often enough that they actually know me, and they, if they're a little bit late on having enough all the way cooked, why they offer me a free drink or something like that.
Nice.
They usually aren't, but they are. I've eaten there. I go there often enough to take something out that they recognize me. And so
Right.
it's always
Well, that's
nice
good.
when you have somebody that sticks a little effort into your service.
Yeah. Well, it's always nice that they recognize the fact that you eat there quite a bit too.
Yep.
That's always a good thing. Yeah, it's like this one restaurant that we'll probably have breakfast at in the morning. It's called the Four Seasons. It's a half a mile away, maybe 0.6 at that. And we eat in there twice a week, and you would think they might recognize us, but they don't. Now, there are a bunch of older gentlemen that meet there every morning at 6. When I drive by there every morning, you see them standing outside waiting for them to open the doors up, which is kind of cool. You think about Indianapolis being the size of the city that it is, it's kind of cool to think of smaller town traditions where people got together every day, 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. And we've sat near them before. In some of their conversations, I mean, you can't not hear them because they're a little bit older, so their hearing's a little bit diminished. So they talk a little bit louder to one another. So it's not like you're sitting there going, "What was that, John?"
You know, the little breakfast place I go to at the North Las Vegas airport has a bunch of regulars like that. On Sundays in particular, they've got a bunch of crowds that show up there after going to church.
Right.
And the minister or the priest, whoever it is, walks in with his white collar and his black shirt. And the rest of a certain group of them from that congregation show up there, and they'll have maybe 12 to 15 of them all sitting around a table. And, it's just nice to see folks that go someplace where you get good service and they enjoy each other's company and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, Rick says his dad is like that and talks a little louder. Yeah, most of these gentlemen are. Yeah, what? Unlike one homie that we know that, what?
Well, that sounds like me when I'm driving someplace and Olivia's in the back seat and we got the air conditioning on. The air is blowing from the front towards the back with her, and she doesn't normally talk that loud.
Right.
And so I have to say, what? And I'm sure I could probably use a little bit of a hearing aid if the truth were known.
Yeah. The ambient noise is what always gets me. Sometimes even when I do have my hearing aids in, I still get affected by the background or the ambient noise.
John Williams said we have a restaurant just like that. I think people go there for one generous meal several times a week like us.
The last uncle I had on that side who passed, and he had a microphone that actually was big enough. He stuck it in his shirt pocket and had a cord that went up. I mean, he bought this, like, I don't know how many years ago.
Right.
And just aggravated my aunt to death. Said, because he didn't always hear everything, but some of that, I think, in between him and her was
selective hearing. Exactly. Yeah. And he could blame it on the hearing. Yeah. Well, hearing aid is not working again.
Well,
John Williams says
hearing aid in 1906.
Yeah, really. John said they have a restaurant like that where people go for one generous meal served several times a week. Yeah, though I in the little town I grew up in, we had a family-owned restaurant there, and I mean that thing was packed 6 to 9 every morning. Now we couldn't stay obviously as students because class started at 8:15, but I would stop in there from time to time, and I wouldn't have the generous breakfast, but I would have a good breakfast. Yeah. And it didn't hurt that my mom was the cook there. That did help out as well. Yeah, I mean, those things, those traditions seem to have gone by the wayside, and it's really good to see them in John's neck of the woods, your neck of the woods, up here with us. So,
well, it's interesting. This little place I mentioned, I go to. When we lived here the first time, they were in another location over on Decatur. And they actually were open in the evenings for a while. And it was cheap enough that rather than cook at home, 3 or 4 nights a week, my wife and I would go eat there in the evening. And there was always a bunch of the same crowd that was there. There was a little fellow, I can't remember his name, who was an actor. And he was a short person, if you know what I mean.
Midget, yeah.
Yeah, midget or dwarf, whatever you want to call him. And he was actually in a number of movies I had seen. I mean, he was older now and retired in Vegas. And there was another, I guess you'd say Mexican-American fellow. He was a U.S. citizen, but he had been a pilot in the 8th Air Force in the Second World War. And he was real interesting to talk to.
I'll bet.
Yeah, John Williams said that is where we saw your double Ken Stout.
One of the bombers that they used in the 8th Air Force. And then he taught at the community college here for a while. So we met some very interesting people over there.
John, I have a brilliant, crazy idea. It's kind of contradictory, though, that I have a brilliant, crazy idea. You can choose which one it is, brilliant or crazy. We ought to come up to Madison, and we ought to go to that restaurant and get pictures of my double with myself and do a poll and see which people think it is the real me or is it the doppelganger. I'm not opposed to driving up there. I can do that. As much driving as we like to do. Uh-oh, my ice is melting in my bottle of water. I was going to say something. Jeff made me think of something, but now I forgot what. Oh, you mentioning famous people. Long Dog mentioned in the chat earlier that he ran into, I believe he said Steven Tyler. Says he ran across a story about Aerosmith
John
calling
Williams
it
said
quits.
absolutely. I am for it.
And it sounds like he said he almost ran into Steven Tyler. Oh, okay. I would have been right next to him repairing the computer, but there's more to that story. Uh-huh. And who do we got joining? Tony joins us. I better end the stream if Tony. Yes.
Oh, it's still going? Never mind.
I'm getting ready to, never mind. Yeah, I got 10:27. I do like to go right at 30 minutes. Sure, John, we'll get together and work something out. Hours of the restaurant, I'll figure out the drive and all that other stuff. But yeah, that absolutely. Let's plan on doing that at some point in time. I mean, obviously you can't get the restaurant to move halfway here, but I get that. With that, let's wrap it up. It is 10:27. I want to give thanks to everyone who joined us on YouTube. I believe I can do this. Tony Wallow, Rick Lakes, Greg Guy, Jeff Ryman, Long Dog, who hasn't made any comments since he said okay to Rick Lakes. John Williams was there. And that looks like that is about it.
O
I'm
Intermote
reading-
cede goodbye quem?
Yep, Wintermute is there. Thank you. Again, I know there are a lot of people that watch the stream that never say anything, never use SpeakerBot, never leave a comment, and I do appreciate those.
John
people.
Williams said thanks, Ken.
You're quite welcome, John. Thank you for being here night in and night out. Rick says he'll see us tomorrow night. Yeah, he's not going to be on Zoom. I also want to thank
One
the Zoom
Fish
homies.
26 said goodbye Ken.
Keith was in chat. Hello, Keith. I want to thank Bill, Rich, the two Jeffs. That's the easiest way to do that. Sam, Greg, I forgot my camera, Guy, Chris Garrett, and Darren Gilholm. If you want to join us, you know the deal. The email's over there. Shoot me an email. I got to go find OBS because I seem to have lost it. Found it.